Okay, guys, we'll take questions. Please wait for the mic to be passed. Start with Dan.
Jesse, do you feel that in this match, this was the momentum you were looking for to finish up the regular season and get into the playoffs?
Yeah, thought we played great. Thought we were the better team. Thought we dominated almost every aspect of the game. It was a little bit shaky in the start, but once we cranked things up, we took over the game. And the shame is that, you know, they just decided that they wanted to kick us almost every time. Referee doesn't want to hand out yellows, so then they're allowed to kick him more. Could have been a red card on Assad. Should have been a second yellow when he throws the ball away. Their bench is yelling to kick our guys from the bench. Okay, so Martino's yelling in Spanish to kick our players. So, you know, I understand it's a good team and they're the darlings of the league right now, but I don't think you should be able to come in to a place and behave in that manner and not have some kind of recourse. So it's a shame because our team really went after it. I want to keep this, you know, I do want to keep this about our team because our team played really well and went after the game in a strong way, in a confident way, and played great.
Go over here to Joe.
Obviously, in the first 30 minutes, team's on the back heel a little bit, and then something changed. Was it Atlanta kind of becoming a little bit fatigued from overrunning themselves, or something specific tactically?
I don't think that we were on the back foot. I think that the game was open, right? And there was little loose balls in the midfield. We weren't clean enough at certain moments, and yet we were still creating some advantages. And then, yeah, as the game went on, you saw our team gather courage, gather sharpness, and gather momentum. And, you know, it's too bad because they deserved the win. They went after the game in a big way and played great, especially second half. Wow.
Graham in the front, and then Jack.
Jesse, with the way the results went today, it's a little up in the air who you're going to be playing in the playing game. But if you were to play Atlanta again, I mean, this wasn't really two sides who kept their powder dry much. I mean, did you any insight that you were going to take away that you thought is going to be?
Yeah, I think there's little things in the game. I think that we also realized that when, you know, for two teams that like to press, that we came out on top. We came out on top, and we were able to establish our way of playing more than they were. So. I think that's something we'll carry with us. And then, you know, you just hope that from some perspective that they shouldn't be allowed to kick us for 90 minutes. Shouldn't be allowed to happen. Should not be allowed to happen.
Jesse, are you committed to using Varane off the bench as a kind of a super sub? It seems the last few games where he's come in, he's had a real impact on the game.
He's I think accepted the role in a big way. It's not that we don't think that he can start, okay, but we like the way that he plays in that role. And when he comes on the game and defenders are a little bit tired, he really goes for it. So yeah, we're really happy with Gonzalo. Doesn't preclude him from starting. We can play with two strikers sometimes. We'll look at matchups a little bit and figure out how we want to play. But no matter what, Gonzalo's in a really good way, and we're really happy with how he's playing.
What would you know, go into that decision for him to start? Is it something? Is it the opposition?
Yeah. It's a little bit the matchups, a little bit, you know, how we think we can. If we think, you know, he can be effective from the very beginning, if we think he can be effective from coming off the bench, you know, he's been great coming off the bench. There's no doubt. So. In all ways, really happy with Gonzalo. And he's accepted whatever role, and he has embraced it, and he's gone after it. So that's really good to see.
Anthony.
Jesse, the next week against DC, there's a chance that your positioning in the table is really not in.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Yeah,
we're locked in.
Do you anticipate that you're going to play the exact same kind of way as you did here, straightforward, or should we expect some resting of players?
I think you can expect some resting of players. Okay, I think you can expect that we will make sure that we are sharp and fit and ready to push in the playoffs. But I think try to use it as a time to make sure that whatever the turnaround is, that we have a team that in that midweek knockout game is ready to fly.
Go back to Dan.
Jesse, give us an update on Connor, if you could, please. I don't know what happened. It looked like he just went straight down. You subbed him out. was it concussion related, or is it just you
It's
want?
a head injury. I'm not sure if it's been labeled as a concussion yet. They said that he seems pretty clear and that everything seems good, so they're evaluating it still. So we'll know more in the next coming days. But Connor's in good shape.
Sure, one more from Jack.
Jesse, there's been so much talk the past week about player development, ramifications, style, what you do in coaching. Do you think it's the role of professional teams to develop their own players? Is it, or is it only your role to develop for your team? It's your dime, for your guys. What happens after?
Yeah, this is an interesting time in our sport in our country, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of opinions flying around. We all feel incredibly sickened by not being in the World Cup. Certainly, we have to take a look at, from a global perspective, how we develop talent, okay? And then how we supplement that talent into the different levels of play, whether it's the first team, whether it's the youth national teams, whether it's the club teams. I can talk about what we believe in here, okay? What we believe in here is that, first of all, we work as a unit. We're all together all the time. We're all in, we're one team, we're one voice, okay? That is the starting point, always. Always. I don't care, you want to talk about details of player development, you want to talk about details of mentality or what it means to be on a national team or whatever else, but it starts with having unity within the organization, okay? Then we love our young players. We love our young players, and we love to develop them. We love to teach them to play our style. We like them to be aggressive. We want them to be rewarded for their aggression, for their commitment. And you see that in our system, players develop, period. Period. You know, you could go back to the first year with Matt Miazga. You could go through Alex Mule and Sean Davis. You could go through Aaron Long. You can go through Tyler Adams. You can look at the way that we use our second Red Bull 2. You could look at the way we're forming our academy, right? And we believe in it wholeheartedly. This is our identity, and we love it. We love who we are. We love committing to this all the way. I think it helps the players to know that there's an identity in place, that they can understand how they want to play. They also know that they have a chance. If you're a young player in this organization, you have a chance. You have a chance. So, yeah, I think everybody here is excited about our identity and how we do things. And I do think in the long run, we will benefit U.S. soccer, because we will build young players, we will make them better, and ultimately then we'll put them to the test in the in their national stage. Right? Can't wait to see Tyler Adams' first cap. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Finish with one from Peter.
Jesse, just on the national team subject, you've been involved in the national team in different capacities. Is that a goal of yours to be that? Would you want to be the coach of the national team at some point, short term or long term?
Man, that's a loaded one. You know, listen, there's a few things about being the national team coach, all right? I learned from my time there that the responsibility to the sport in this country is massive when you're involved with the national team. And that's whether you're the equipment manager, whether you're the PR guy, whether you're the assistant coach, and certainly if you're the head coach. And, you know, I loved being a part of it. I loved working my tail off to do everything we could to leave no stone uncovered, so that, you know, we would empower that team and ultimately empower Bob when he was the coach to be successful, and to then when the lights came on the biggest stage, to feel like we did everything we could to try to be the best that we could be. I think South Africa was a real reflection, the spirit of the team, the way that team went after things when their backs were against the wall, the Slovenia game, the Algeria game, even the Ghana game when we went down and fought back and took it to overtime. So that's the part that I love the most, right? Now, it's important that when you're the national team coach that you're prepared to take on that role, that you're prepared for the big pressures, that you can handle big moments, all right? So right now I'm focused on my team, my club, and my personal development. And you know, if I continue to put a lot into our project here, I think that there will be a lot of people within this organization that will be rewarded in big ways, and we have to, you know, continue to push towards championships. So that's a long way of saying, you know, you never know, but I'm committed to doing whatever I can to help the sport in this country. Okay?
Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.